eQuality is a nonprofit organization helping people with disabilities find and maintain employment in the community. Since 1999, eQuality has grown from a concept to presently serving over 100 individuals and their families. eQuality was innovative in implementing a community-based model. This model minimizes administrative costs and allows the majority of resources to be put towards staff and associates. eQuality is a company that prides itself on continued innovation.
From the get-go, one of the purposes of eQuality is to kind of challenge existing systems and ask why, or why not.
But the secret to their success begins with a commitment to quality.
If we can't do it well, then what's the point?
The commitment to quality is really important. I want people that continue to challenge themselves to say, what can I do better than I did today? What can I do better tomorrow? And consistently ask themselves that question, I think, is the main thing.
Whatever we do, we want to maintain the small hands-on feel that the organization has to this point.
I think a lot of it is the quality of our staff. Our job coaches and coordinators are the people that have the most contact with the associates on a day-to-day basis, and the parents and the residential providers. They're the kind of the face of the program, and so the relationships that they can build with the associates and the relationships that they can build with the teams are kind of that key element. And when we have really, really good quality core staff, that is the heart of the program.
One of eQuality's core values is dealing with people on an individual level.
We pride ourselves on most and think that we're pretty good at is person-based planning. I think appropriate placement is very important. I think that the variety that we try to provide meets that person-based planning.
Every person that comes into the program represents a unique individual, so there are all these different qualities that that person has, and part of our job is to sit down and talk about the different ways to approach them and what might work, and then just start to try different things until we find something that allows them to be successful.
Another key value is the concept of rights versus responsibilities.
All of us make informed choices in our life. As a result of those choices, we either experience some rewards or suffer some consequences. To be denied the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from them, to me, says growth is impossible. And I think that's a real sellout to the people that we serve.
With my site, I've seen a lot of people that when they first started, they weren't too enthused about coming to work at all. I mean, it was kind of like, I want to stay in bed. Now I see people that they actually want to work, they understand the concept of making money, and I think they appreciate what the eQuality staff does for them.
We want to be advocates on behalf of the folks we serve, and the absolute best advocacy that we can do is demonstrate skills and abilities to the general public.
Over time, eQuality associates have entered increasingly challenging work environments.
The thing that made me more and more confident was the associates, because they were very confident. You could see it in their face that there was no doubt. We'll do it. Whatever we're asked to do, we'll do it. I think I was probably a little bit more worried than they were. They sensed that people were nervous. They knew it was chaotic in the beginning. And all of a sudden people started drifting away from us, and they knew why. They knew that they accomplished something, and that was the coolest thing. That was the best thing about is that they had a sense of accomplishment.
One of our primary purposes is to expand their world, provide opportunities that typically have been denied them.
There's a familial sort of environment. Everything about a workplace is the culture and the environment, and part of our job is to create warm, open workplaces where everyone feels welcomed and can come with the feeling that what they do is valued. Whether they produce the same amount of work as the next person, still the person's just as happy to see them when they arrive, and they're just as happy to come to work, and they're just as valuable to the group, I guess is what I would say.
For many parents, eQuality is the answer to a prayer.
By the age 20, the average parent of a disabled child is absolutely burnt out. We all have 4 feet of file cabinets from government paperwork, everything, and we're just exhausted and tired. And what eQuality really does is help pick up a lot of that work, and you're just taken care of by them. They integrate with your social worker if you need one. They help with everything, and on a very one-to-one basis. It just is a lifesaver.
When you make a decision on a day program, it doesn't get any more personal than that. You're inviting a program to be a member of your family.
And what would I tell a parent? Just if you'd come and observe one day, that's all it would take.
Most importantly, we want them to be successful. So we don't want to invite people into a program like eQuality where they don't really stand a very good chance for success, because nobody wins then.
We're all dedicated, I can say from our end, to looking for the best possible experience for their child, and we understand too that it's a growth. You know, someone's going to come in and they're going to come in with certain skills. They're going to meet people, they're going to start at a certain place. And sometimes we'll have people come in, you know, 5 years later we look back and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe that it's the same person.
It's just been an amazingly positive experience for Leslie.
She's needs guidance yet, but eQuality's given her a really good work environment with good people and just fantastic job coordinators that keep her safe and understand her disabilities.
Our job coaches are, you know, kind of counselors sometimes. They'll get to know the person to the point where if the associate walks in and has a different look on their face, they can tell right away there's something is going wrong. And then we'll address that and try to help the person work through that, and then, you know, get down to their work.
And just the relationship that I have with different staff people and then the associates and their families, it makes me feel satisfied at the end of the day that I know that there's a deed being done and everyone appreciates it, and it's a great feeling.
It's not warehousing people. It's, like I said, taking into account what people need, what it's going to take to make them successful. You know, if we can do it, we will do it.
It's worked for her in that they're small groups. They attend to her relationships with her peers. She has enough time for social. It's not just a work program, and that's the most important part for her. It's really made her very happy.
Be excited, because it's an exciting time too. It's a nerve-wracking time, but it's also a really exciting time because their kids get to kind of break out of their shell a lot of times and meet new people and be challenged and kind of reach new heights. So it's a really great opportunity.
You get to the point by 20 when you're so exhausted with it, you just kind of bumble along, and then you meet people like in the eQuality program where you just feel that you're not carrying this all alone, and then suddenly you see more of the abilities and you watch your kid grow and become more accomplished, and it just takes a lot of the worry and the pain out of it. And then you start realizing and looking at other people's, what's hard in their life too. And the world opens up, I think, for the parent as well. So you just don't feel so alone with the burdens of that.
Because everybody should have that in their life, I think. Should be able to do something during the day that they can feel good about, and get out of bed and go to work and do something great. And even if it's just a couple hours of work during the day, the important thing is that they're dedicated and have a good attitude and are doing their best at all times.
So I think the biggest successes and the most heartwarming ones have been where we've changed people's mind about what a person can do.
My vocabulary isn't vast enough to come up with enough adjectives, but it's an extraordinary program.
Maybe I have these other possibilities that I haven't thought of before. And the same thing for the families. You know, there's not just, this isn't as high as we can go to here, that sort of thing. We have to role model that and all of those possibilities and let people know that the sky's the limit. There are no boundaries for them.